Welcome back to Minions and Misfits.
We're stuck in a prison.
School.
No difference.
The American
It is
school
essentially
system
prison.
is a prison. So I guess this isn't America, this is the Maywood. So the Maywood school system is also a prison.
This feels very American still somehow.
No offense to all of our public, private, and otherwise school teachers. We appreciate your work.
Nah, I used to work in the public
Yeah,
school
it's not-
system. I agree with this.
Trust me, it's not. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
That the school
It's
system.
a
Yeah, it's
system
administrators.
issue.
It's not teachers. Yeah.
Welcome to our school system criticism podcast.
Oh, I would do that. Yeah.
Well, shall we get back to our fairy tale?
Heck
Yeah, I have a question actually about this fairy tale.
Of course.
With me being on the contraband shelf and Puddles being in the terrarium, how far away are we from each other?
I'm trying to think of like the size of an average classroom. Like you can see each other.
Are we on the same shelves?
Same
No,
wall?
Or are
no.
we okay?
He's kind of. I think if like if.
If
No,
we
you're
got
on
like a
opposite sides.
rectangle.
Okay.
If you got like a rectangle, okay, I'll hold up this piece of paper and I'll try. to
If you
explain
got a
it verbally.
rectangle.
If you got a rectangle,
Yeah.
let's say that north, south, east, and west. Let's say that the door of the classroom is to the north by the whiteboard. The teacher can see anyone going through the door.
Okay.
In the south, in the lower part of the classroom, is the terrarium in the very back,
Okay.
as to not disturb the children. It sits on something that's desk level, so it's just a bit above desk level.
Okay.
In
Yes,
Credenza
Rebecca.
City.
As the protagonist, is Muffin sitting by a window in the back, like left of the room? As in any
that's
good
fair.
anime?
I'll let you do that.
Cool.
Oof. Well, oh, well, I feel dirty. I don't like.
Anime's
That
not
was very funny. I was trying to make a
dirty.
joke and it just sounded awkward. It's not. Sorry, I was trying to be funny and it just didn't work. It just sounded judgmental. Huh, wow.
Sam hates anime and Germany. We'll just make a list of
Wow.
things Sam doesn't
And the
actually
school
hate,
system.
but he tried to
we
make a joke.
Can we restart? Sorry.
No, this is a good explanation.
Oh
We'll just leave your judging of your own joke in, and it'll be perfect.
Oh no. Well. I just. My mind was so happy until it pictured this whole thing as an anime.
We're going back to a cartoon. It's a cartoon with
We are back
anime-inspired
to
elements,
early
like
early
sitting by the
2000s
window.
American
Definitely.
animation.
Yeah,
Yes.
early.
It's definitely what
Just
happens in children's cartoon and like American cartoons too.
Yeah.
It's the protagonist is just looking out of the window. To
Oh,
check
for
it out.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what Muffin's doing,
playing
and she's
stickball
doodling
outside.
a bee.
Muffin, you turn and you see a girl with kind of blue spiky hair on the other side of the classroom.
Ooh.
Which turns towards you and says,
She's a rebel.
"Senpai." You're like, "Oh, not that animation style."
Put it back. Get out of here, Ruby.
She she rubs her eyes at her confusion and then looks back and it's just like a normal kid in the same animation style as her.
here too
Who's just like, "I was caught smoking."
loony.
Yeah. I stole some kid's bike. I was caught smoking. They're just all
Just
Very
a
typical.
candy,
I was
cigarettes.
caught not smoking.
yeah. I found a half smoked cigar and I smoked the rest of it.
Oh my gosh.
just
Don't do it.
really dumb stuff. Yeah.
Don't smoke kids
that
or
being
adults.
said,
It's bad for you.
Yeah, and then I imagine the teacher's desk is up in the front left-hand corner of the classroom, and
Okay.
near that is the contraband shelf, which is kind of one of those things where the teacher could reach it pretty easily on his
I'm gonna-
standing up straight.
It's
Well,
like
he's
his
talking about
trophies.
his bees.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah.
Well, before we get there, our heroes are all currently being restrained inside of summer school in the town of Mayfield, and the teachers just began talking about spelling. All
Bees.
right. We talked about bees.
Now we'll talk about birds.
Now, the next word
It
is
all comes full circle.
cat. Excuse me. No talking, please.
She raises her hand.
He takes the chalk. C.
She raises her hand higher. She starts to wiggle her hand. She holds her elbow and goes,
He kind of sighs. Yes.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
During recess. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't have recess. No.
I'm gonna pee my pants.
Fine, go. And it kind of points to a door in the back of the classroom.
There's another door?
Yeah, you go inside and it's
a
just
closet.
like it's as though someone had done this before and they chose to drill an outhouse into the back of the classroom. And so there's like
classrooms
it's just
like
a very
that where they just
hot.
have a little bathroom in the classroom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's genius, honestly.
It's
That's
just like
the
a
way my
sweltering little
elementary school
stinky
classes were.
outhouse that has no windows or anything because it's an outhouse.
Awful.
And he's like, and you're just staring at it. He's like, "Are you gonna go in?"
Don't look! And she'll go in and close the door, slam it.
That wasn't the implication, but okay.
No, he's just creepy. It's fine.
It's more of a annoyed
Nobody
like
listen!
he kinda
She
senses-
yells through the door.
As she
And like
slams
you
the door into
hear
the
another voice
bathroom.
say, "I bet she's pooping."
She's gonna roll her t-shirt sleeve up and start making fart noises.
This is so stupid. I
And
love
as she does,
Yes,
she's
as
gonna
soon as
look
she-
for a corner and see if there's any spiders in the corners of this little outhouse.
Ooh.
it. Yes, there is one.
Ooh.
A little spider with a little red mark on its
Oh no.
butt.
That's
But-
the worst kind.
She's gonna.
As soon as she slams the door to the bathroom, I'm gonna time that slam with me falling off. I kind of tip myself off the contraband shelf.
Make a scoot away check. Now I'm just
Yeah.
gonna because if you fail it, then he notices you. But if you
Sure.
succeed, then you don't.
Yeah, that's a
noticed.
4.
He said, ugh. He kind of picks you up and puts you back on the shelf.
While he's looking in that direction towards the front of the classroom, Puddles is going to like tip himself over onto his back and play dead.
Now for the next word, this is the fun one.
In the outhouse, Muffin is going to take a little piece of toilet paper. She's gonna look at the spider all scared.
Bold of you to assume they gave you toilet paper in this outhouse.
It's like one ply.
Yeah, as every school.
Half ply.
She's gonna look at the spider and she's gonna say, "Can you do me a solid?" And she'll make another fart sound and go, "Heh, solids."
It kind of like clips, like smacks its pincers together and looks at you intently.
She's gonna hold out the piece of toilet paper for it to climb onto.
And it's climbed onto there.
She's gonna very gently tuck it into the big pocket of her overalls, so it's nice and safe.
Okay.
And then she's gonna like do a couple more fart sounds for good measure, flush the toilet, and then slowly peek open the outhouse door. Bashfully close it behind her and hurry back to her. Actually, does she pass the tank on her way to her seat?
Yes.
She's gonna start hurrying back, but she's gonna pause and look at Puddles.
Puddles is like on his back with his eyes closed. He like sort of opens one eye to look at her and then closes it back really fast.
And as you do this, the teacher looks towards you and just says, "Please sit down, or else I'll have to call Miss Emma."
But Mr. Teacher Guy, I think the turtle is dead.
Roll cause mischief.
Cause mischief, is that plus mush or noodles?
Steam.
It's plus steam.
I'll let you roll noodle for this one.
Fantastic.
Or no, I'll say roll plus mush. Plus mush.
Oh, I
Would
have
this be a
plus
team
one
up
for
move
noodle.
for Puddles here?
This could be a team up move. Yes. Let me see. So
Could
I
we
guess
call
you
it
can
the
both
genius
make
plan?
conjoined. Yeah, you can count this as a genius plan. So what
Ooh.
is your genius plan right now if you had to lay that out?
Our genius
Well-
plan? Go ahead, Puddles.
I think the way Puddles is picturing it is that if he plays dead, somebody, either the teacher or if she catches on, Muffins, will have to like come pick him up and take him outside. Presumably, they're not going to want a dead turtle in the classroom because it'll smell and it'll be a distraction.
Definitely won't want to flush you down the toilet in the back.
He's far too big to flush down a toilet.
You've not seen their toilet.
It's like the size
I
of the
almost
toilet
fell in.
seat.
I think Muffin is just trying to support Puddles' plan. Her stuff with the spider
Okay,
is
so
is all like she's just looking for anything.
I'll just let you, instead of making this anything complicated, here's what we'll do. Roll with advantage for cause mischief, Puddles.
Okay. You get out an extra die.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's an 11.
Nice.
11. All right.
I rolled two 5s and a 6. That was crazy.
Wow.
The teacher comes back to the back of the room and he says, please sit down. He's just sleeping. Daddy's just sleeping. And he kind of like
Puddles
pushes
lets
you
it-
back into your
Not my
sleep.
turtle, and she'll
Puddles
pull
lets
a bit of tissue paper out of her pocket and try to like stealthily put the spider on this dude.
Ooh.
Nice.
I figured that's what you had planned for the spider.
Roll a
Additional distraction.
roll another mischief. This is a lot of mischief, guys.
Oh yeah,
When
minions
also
and
when the
mischiefs.
teacher says he's just sleeping, Puddles like lets his tongue just kind of like hang out of his mouth.
Blech. Cause mischief. Is this plus noodle?
This one is Steam now. You can go back to Steam.
Oh, I have negative steam. Can I argue for at least mush since I'm not doing anything particularly? Well, I guess I am doing something kind of physical.
Yeah, this is kind of like
You do have
sleight of
another
hand
wish,
in
though.
D&D terms.
Do you have another wish? I have an 8. Let me look at the consequences of my mixed success.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
8 will actually work. We can do 8.
I think 8 would be fun here. Let's do it. No wishes.
All right.
Yeah.
You get the spider on this guy's shoulder, and he goes over to his desk and rings a tiny, petite little bell. He says, "Oh goodness, let's call Miss Emma in here." And you hear like a
Oh no.
outside of the classroom, and she's this like broad woman who's like ripped.
It's Miss Turnbull from Matilda.
It is Miss Turnbull in a chef's costume. She just goes, "What is it?" And he goes, "I'm afraid the turtle is dead." "Oh, turtle soup! I mean, sorry, children." And she kind of goes back and grabs the turtle and walks out of the classroom.
Muffin is just like reaching a hand out helplessly from her desk, constrained by the invisible chains of a schoolroom.
Well, let's take a moment of silence out of our dead pet. Well, that's enough. Okay. Our next word is ball.
And I pop out of my box.
Cut back to our dear friend Puddles, who's now being taken down a long series of hallways. I guess it's not that big of a schoolhouse. Down one long hallway.
One hallway.
And you're kind of like feel yourself collapse onto a steel surface, and you kind of peek out of your shell. Actually, you're not even peeked out. You're just like kind of splayed out.
Are
He's
we
still playing dead.
about
yeah.
to have that
Fully splayed.
scene from The Little Mermaid when Sebastian
Oh my gosh.
almost gets cooked into soup and the chef is like singing and dancing around and cutting off fish heads?
Yeah, it's that, except it's Guten Tag Hauptklapp. So it's like the German. I know I did like 2 accents, but this clearly very
She's
intimidating.
a Russian
brawny
immigrant to
woman.
Germany.
Exactly that one. is currently preparing to put you into what must be the soup of the day, which you get a feeling is the soup every day. But that being said,
whatever dead classroom animal is today.
The possum.
Yeah.
We found a possum on the road. Into the soup.
that.
Throw it in the soup.
So while you think about that, back to the classroom.
Come on, spider.
The teacher is now holding the Jake in the Box. How do you put this thing back in here? I just need to. And he's trying to like.
You gotta turn
mush you back in.
Cram me in.
Jake's
thing.
just like, ow.
Brace yourself, small Jake in the Box.
Yeah. I see it. I see this coming a mile away.
Jake is taking a lot
6.
of physical.
Oh no.
Ooh.
You suffer the incoming harm regardless of your preparations. Mark 1 harm and 1 experience point. Oh no. Okay.
I have disadvantage now.
Noses.
You have disadvantage. So
Jake is the party tank, apparently.
he like manages to squish the box closed and then puts a little piece of tape over it.
Oh no.
Yeah. And he kind of puts you back up and says, "Okay, now I'll stay there. All right. Now on."
I try to get out. What happens?
It doesn't open right away.
Oh no.
He kind of uses the eraser and wipes down the chalkboard. All right, you. Well, that was English. Now on to math. 1 plus 1
Spider. Come on, spider.
equals 2. And you see the little spider pop up on his collar. What do you want the spider to do?
I really just want the spider to scare
Curl.
him. Or maybe
Yeah, it
like
doesn't have to
cause a
bite
big
him, yeah.
ruckus in the classroom that will let me skedaddle. Muffin
Okay.
didn't think this through that well.
Yeah, that's fair. You just hear a little voice say, "What's that? What? What's that? What? On your collar? What? What? A spider? A what?" And he begins to like frantically wave at himself, like trying to swat the spider off. And as he does that, the kids start laughing, but then he begins crashing into desks. And the kids like, if there was a time to leave, my friends, this would be it.
Muffin will
that being
add to it, say, she'll hop up on her seat and say, "Everybody panic!" And then she'll like throw her chair.
Just flips her desk over.
I roll off the shelf and just start tumbling like square over square until
And
the
then
tape comes off.
Muffin will run, like, causing chaos as she goes. She picks one kid up out of their seat, messes up their hair, and goes, "Ah!" And then she keeps running, and she knocks over a desk, and she comes to one desk and just pushes a pencil cup off of it. She snatches the
Just
apple.
throwing papers up in the air.
She comes to the desk,
It's
the
just like-
teacher's desk, and does that to the papers. Just, yeah!
Yeah, there's just like fountains of paper shooting into the air across the classroom.
So, Jake in the Box, from your perspective,
Yeah.
you see kind of cracks of light inside of your dark
Yeah, yeah.
box.
Screaming.
Yeah, and you kind of hear yourself like bouncing and like hitting all different sorts of surfaces. You hear just like sounds of screaming, of laughter, and then
I'm
eventually,
listening for Muffin's screams.
oh, you hear those kind of mixed in there, and then you hear kind of the pitter patter of feet outside of the classroom. And after a few
Did she
moments,
grab Esther?
Oh, yeah, I nab Esther.
Yeah, that's probably important.
And then I would like to scoop up Jake and make a break for the door.
so from
Please.
Jake in the Box's point of view, you hear all those sounds, and then they all stop.
Oh, no. As our DM chokes to death.
No.
We'll never know how it ended.
And everyone's dead. No,
No, no.
sorry, we can cut that.
That's fine. I'll know what to cut.
Now, the way the room was set up, it would have been very difficult because the teachers like splayed out, like just like spinning around chaotically. And so, Muffin, you're not able to grab the Jake in the Box right away, but all the children are making a mad dash out of the classroom. And so you figured that's probably the best moment to make your chance. And you make your way out, realizing that you also have a small turtle to rescue.
Oh, no.
Jake in the Box, for the moment, you kind of feel yourself fall and stop. and the noises begin to die down. That being said,
Can I try and burst out again repeatedly until the tape snaps?
that's fair. That being said, cut to Muffin. You run down the hallway and peek inside a room which appears to be the kitchen. And you see the chef with a large meat cleaver just kind of chopping up pieces of meat and mixing them into the stew. What's the turtle? What's the name of the turtle? De turtle. Like, I don't know. But
Can I propose
Das Turtle.
a turn of events here?
Oh, please do.
And I'll
It's
cut this
Schoooooool.
part out, and we can act it out. She sees the chef like chopping up this meat, and she freaks out, and then like Puddles just like pokes his head out from under like one of the tables. He's just like, I'm okay.
Oh, it's like that one scene in
Muffins.
Monsters Inc.
Muffins.
where Sully is watching
the cube.
like things get destroyed. And it's like, oh, the child, and then she just toddles out. It's that, except it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, Puddles just like we don't see how he got out of it, but he just like walks out from underneath one of the tables.
That's fair.
Or did you have a better idea?
Oh, I was gonna like, how does she get him off the table? I thought that would be interesting.
Okay.
Okay. So do we want to do that one or the other one? I'm good either way. Or
Well, so Rebecca, do you have a good idea for how she would get him off the table?
for how Muffin would get him, or how the
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. That you're not asking me how the chef did that. Huh.
Yeah.
So are we off the table or out from under a table?
in my mind, he's still in the same predicament.
He's still
So
up on a
you have to
table.
get him out of the
On a
predicament.
table. Okay.
Yeah. Think of like he is on the line of things to get chopped up and put into soup.
So, yeah, he's like still upside down because he didn't think about how he can flip himself onto his back, but not the other way around.
Okay.
He's just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Can I do something silly? Since I didn't have a Jake in the box on my way out, I would have nabbed an apple off the teacher's desk and taken a bite while I'm like trying to hold Esther with one arm. And can she see the situation? Like look at the whole room, eyes narrow as Indiana Jones music starts playing? And she would like to stealth through and like do some like sneaky stuff, and then very carefully, doing the Indiana Jones like test the weight of the apple, swap the apple and the turtle.
Okay.
The turtle
Very,
is like,
very silly.
it's like
Roll a steam roll.
Oh
You stick a couple
boy.
baby carrots to the side of the apple to make it look like a turtle.
Magic number
Oh,
3,
no.
baby.
You rolled 3. You rolled a 1 and a 2.
I rolled 2 2s and I have -1 to Steam.
Oh no.
I have a lot of
okay.
XP though. Is 3 an abject
this-
failure? Because I'd like a
You can
mixed success.
spend a wish. Do you have 3 XP? You can like spend that to get a wish.
Yeah, I've got 5 XP. In fact.
Oh wow.
I think
you
you just
still
spend it
have
at the
your
end of the
other
episode.
wish.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we need to have an XP session actually at the end of
We
this.
should do that at the end of this one. So then
No,
I
because
guess
there's an XP spend to re-roll.
It says
So like that
at
can't
any
be at
time,
the end of
oh,
the episode. Yeah.
I'm wrong. It says at any time you may spend the XP cost below to gain the associate benefits. 2 to re-roll, 3 for a wish, 4 to unlock a special move, or 6 for a +1 to a stat of your choice, with the max being +3.
ooh, I
This seems
would
like a
like
good wish
to
opportunity.
save. I would like to save my XP then to get that stat boost later because I'm so close.
Stat
I got
bonus,
5
That's fair.
and I got 1 wish.
But you got to save your friend.
I gotta save my friend. So I think I will use my wish. But do I want a mixed success? Would that be more fun? What are my choices for a mixed success on a
Um,
what did I roll? Just a steamroll.
I mean, a 3 isn't a mixed success. A 3 is like an abject failure.
Oh, but if I
Abject
use a
failure,
wish,
No, but
if I use a
she's using
wish to give myself a mixed success instead of a straight success, because I feel like
Or-
this is real shenanigans. This is very silly.
I mean, you can use a wish to just give you a full failure, a full success. But
I could, but I feel like I want something silly to happen in response
It
to
is
the
pretty silly.
silliness.
So here's
may
what
I-
happens.
may I
I got,
take a-
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you manage to switch out. You grab Puddles off and you put the apple with like carrots in it, and you do this, and a moment later, the cleaver comes down and cleaves the apple in half, and you hear, "What is das? Children?" And you see a large, cantankerous woman looking at you with a meat cleaver covered in red material. You're not quite sure what.
Kool-Aid. She killed the Kool-Aid man.
You just see a
Yeah.
There's just like a pitcher just laying on its side on top of one of, like a rope.
Correct.
But no, she is about to give chase, but you do have a little bit, you kind of knew it was coming a little bit beforehand, so you dash out with a chef with a meat cleaver running behind you.
You shouldn't run with
So now we're
knives.
doing the boulder scene.
Yes.
It's a boulder scene.
Da, 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 da.
Jake, it's quieted down, and after a
Yeah.
final push, you burst free. And like one of the like lights in the classroom is like hanging at a skewed angle, and the desks are turned over, and like there are naughty words written on the board, and like it is messed up. And you look over, and you just see like a sweater vest and a pair of glasses.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
And you just see like little black spots crawl out from under them, and you just realize them to be small ants and spiders.
The kids turned into spiders. That's rough.
No, it is in fact what you saw the teacher wearing before. You no
The
longer
spiders
saw the
ate
teacher.
the teacher. That's rough.
That being said, we're back to our chase scene. Muffins, what does this look like?
Is there an open door in the single hallway I can dodge into and close behind me?
Oh yeah, so I guess the hallway is L-shaped. So you were at one end, and then the kitchen was in the middle, and then the other end is the exit, and you're kind of dashing towards that. I imagine you kind of throw down Puddles, and then jump on him like a skateboard.
Yeah.
You pull an Elvis,
Like a
not
Mario
Elvis.
shell.
Yeah, you pull like a Legolas from Lord of the Rings 2, where you just jump on it and you just start skidding across the floor. Whee! What do you do next? You got to the door and you realize like children are like banging against it, trying to get out, like a prison break.
Is the door locked?
Yes!
This is a fire hazard. Is there a window nearby?
Oh yeah, they're like typical windows at the very top. They're like already cracking a little bit.
Can she throw Puddles
I know
out the
I know
window?
what should happen. I want you to know that I am for it.
Cool. Puddles and Muffin have a moment of eye contact.
Brace yourself.
And I imagine Puddles just nods. And Muffin nods. And Shark's just like,
No, Puddles like looks at her and he's like, "You have to toss me."
that's using
This is
your
just the
head.
Battle of Helm's Deep, but in summer school.
Don't tell the Jack in the Box.
Yeah, she gonna
man,
yeet
okay.
the turtle.
Yeah,
Just chucks him through the glass.
we're using brace yourself way more than I thought we would. Puddles, please brace yourself.
Little girls are always more violent than you expect them to be.
That's true.
You're like,
Ooh, that's
oh,
bad.
they're made of sugar and
That's
spice and
a,
all things nice. No.
That's
Also
a three.
violence.
Oof.
Yeah.
Anarchy.
So you fly.
That's
you fly out
specifically
the
it's a
window.
Snake Eyes +1.
Oof. You fly out the window,
Does he
taking
get
1 harm and 1 XP.
Yeah, XP.
And one
This
of
is
the
the
kids
first harm I've taken.
reaches
so-
over and kind of like opens up the door, and you're all bursting out, and you just see the chef kind of like waving the cleaver, because she's not actually gonna hit any kids with a cleaver. She's not a maniac. Do you know what kind of deranged person carries a meat cleaver in schools? You don't want to know. What's that line from The Office? That's what I was trying to quote.
I don't know.
I carried my spud gun into the office. Can you imagine if I was deranged? Like something like that. My jokes are falling flat.
But you're DMing.
You see
expert.
Oh yeah. You see the chef kind of like angrily yell out words in a language you can't comprehend. But the kids are scattering like
Some
mice
Russian
in Ratatouille. Yeah.
I don't
The
speak
kids are scattering like
Italian.
the mice in Ratatouille, and so there's not really a point in chasing them down in her eyes. And you just see like small gloved hands knocking at the window in the back of the classroom, and you realize it to be Jake in the box.
She like picks Puddles up and throws him through that window.
Since I'm guessing Puddles, since he took a harm, I'm guessing he's got like a cartoon, like, whoa, he's dizzy and wobbly, and he's like,
Yeah, he's still on his back, like he landed on his back again.
So
Yeah.
Muffin will instead pick up a rock and throw that through this window and pull Jake out.
Yeah, you do that, and it kind of crashes, and Jake, you're able to escape.
Can Muffin look in? Does she see the bug-covered vest?
She does.
She takes a moment where she just looks at it, and then she keeps going.
And you all are
Wow,
free.
no remorse from Muffin.
Oh yeah. Although you're on the edges of town, you are.
Jake looks over to Muffin and is like, "Did you have the spiders eat that man?"
I don't know. Am I a murderer?
I believe technically the spider would be the murderer.
Okay.
In the eyes of the law.
So it's okay to hire an assassin. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you'll just be an accessory.
A fun accessory like a toy sword or a bow tie or a shiny necklace?
I mean, probably.
Speaking of accessories, could you please take this stuff off of me? It's like gesturing to the polo shirt and
Ugh.
shorts.
Polos. The enemy of fashion. She'll pull it off. Or at least I heard that somewhere.
Hey, Puddles, you and I are both having kind of a rough time. We both got beat up pretty bad. Is there a way for us to recover? Do you know?
What are our moves, our recovery moves? Because I know there's Talk It Out, but I think or Console. Maybe those are two of them. But is there another kind of move? Let me look at the moves list.
Console men's harm. Talk it out men's harm. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah. So
Then I
you
think...
make your way away from the school.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way away from the school, and you kind of find a little ditch on the kind of outside of town. You can make your way back into Mayfield pretty easily. You see some deputies have made their way to the school, try to see what's going on. But you find kind of a
How many
nice
deputies are in this city?
I mean, it's like a moderately sized village, I guess. But you now have some time to talk it out and to console if you want to try to, ameliorate your wounds. That being said, in order to do so, your characters do have to console each other and talk it out.
Yeah, let's talk it out.
Muffin wants to help. So, as they're walking, she'll say, "That was pretty rough, you guys. Are you okay?"
Yeah, I don't like being stuck shut in my box. That was a really bad experience. I live mostly outside my box, and I only kind of go in my box to hide, so being stuck in that made me very claustrophobic. Don't care for it.
That sounds really
Claustrophobic Jack
scary.
in the box.
Yeah.
After
I
that,
don't like being stuck on my back.
Hmm.
It makes me vulnerable to birds.
Mhm. It must feel
Oh, yeah, did
really
I tell you I
scary
saw
to
a
feel
snake in the
stuck
meat
and
locker, too?
vulnerable. Ugh. People eat snakes.
Apparently, and it was like skinless, so it was even scarier than usual.
It's like a gross gummy worm.
Yeah,
Like, gross
yeah,
and bad.
Except these gummy worms are tasty.
Yeah, they don't have teeth.
Did you cause that whole process of mayhem?
Yeah, I got some help from a spider. It might have
That was pretty
eaten the
impressive.
teacher.
Well, collateral damage, I suppose.
I guess. What happens
No, I don't think
when
spiders
people
eat
get
people,
eaten?
so I think you're okay there.
Oh, well,
As
that's
they
good.
discuss this, Puddles, you do realize that spiders, ants, those types of bugs, those are all signs of the rot.
The rot.
Ants don't just eat people. The rot does, though.
Oh no.
So how familiar is Puddles with the rot?
It's almost like a very real boogeyman. Not something
Ooh.
you've seen, but something that you've heard of. Like maybe you've had a cousin disappear and they all say it was because of the rot, but not something you've ever really faced really at all, except, with small insects and creepy crawlies.
Muffins. Did you just say that you used a spider?
I asked a spider for help. I thought it could scare the teacher and make a distraction.
Well, my great-grandma told me that you should watch out for spiders. There's something called the rot, and it uses spiders and ants and all of those little
Creepy crawlies.
creepy crawlies.
Is the rot bad?
Yes.
Oh.
Unambiguously, yes.
Why is it bad?
Well, apparently it eats people.
But it also
But
kind of
also,
helped us.
I heard that my second cousin's first cousin, twice removed, got
so my
taken-
uncle. Not your
got-
uncle, my uncle.
he got gotten by the rot once.
Ooh.
Oh.
Nobody ever saw him again.
So you're saying the spider didn't eat that teacher. The rot
The
did.
rot did. While they've been
And
walking,
now nobody's ever going to see him again.
That's dark.
Is it possible that Muffin could lead them to try to find some sort of toy store? Where maybe
I'm less consoled and more anxious now.
Muffin has a plan. 2 plans. She would like to, first, she would like to try to find a cool doll for their buddy. And she would also like
Liz.
to get Jake's dent fixed and maybe get him a little, emergency release bar inside his box.
Oh, that'd be great.
So I will say this.
Like in the trunk of a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you really need an emergency release
Kick the
box.
brake like out.
The issue wasn't like the box wouldn't open, it's that someone had made a way to shut it. So it's like, I feel like you have
What if you just
active-
give me a little knife so I can just cut the
Yeah,
tape next
he would
time it
have.
happens?
He would just have to have like a little
That's fair.
box cutter.
So
Jack pops out with a knife. Hey guys.
Or maybe a secondary. Oh gosh, the image. I was gonna say a
Or he's
secondary
like not
door.
holding on to it. He's
It's like
He
taped
likes-
to my felt hand. He's like, whoa.
or it's just a felt knife. It's not even a real knife.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
felt knife
yeah,
for sure.
well, all of you make a talk it out check before we do that.
yeah.
Knock it out. Roll plus
I'm good at
mush.
mush, yay. Heck yes. 12. 6 plus 5 plus 1.
All
I
right,
got
so
a 9.
remove 1 harm from yourself.
Nice.
Yay.
What'd you get, Rebecca?
8.
So you can gain 1 wish or 1 friendship. Well, actually, have someone gain 1 friendship to you.
Which is great. Me and Jake would then be on the same level, so I think what leads to the
They're both
friendship
friends
game.
with each other?
Yes. And I think what happens is she voices her idea of like, I was thinking we could go to a toy shop to find Les's doll, but also we could get your box fixed. And maybe so you don't get stuck again, we could get an extra door put in the side. So if you get stuck on your first door, you can come out the emergency exit.
That would be excellent. I love the idea of an emergency exit. I don't want to get stuck in there again. That was bad.
And don't worry,
rolled a
Puddles.
9,
I'm
so
going
I'm
to think of
gonna-
an idea for you.
I'm gonna have Muffins gain a friendship
Nice.
towards Puddles since he taught her something important.
How to land on your back.
No, about the rot,
Yeah.
and that we need to be careful.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
I will add +1.
Well, now we know about the big threat.
The big bad.
The big
The rut.
Rot.
hold up. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right. So you manage to dust yourselves off a little bit, and you find a local toy store in town. That being said, it seems to be an old one. So if you've ever been to like a real life downtown area, a real life kind of Main Street area, there's always that one like mom and pop toy shop that has all like the sun bleached toys in front.
Oh, yeah.
It's very much that. And you walk inside and you hear a little like ding as
Yes.
like the bell rings. And you see
Love
kind of a
the bell.
small man with white hair standing behind the counter with a bushy white mustache. He
His name is Geppetto.
kind of looks like that. No glasses though. Kind of says, "How can I help you?"
Hi. I have 2 things, please, mister. I have this Jake in the
of course.
box.
How can I help you?
This Jake in the box has a dent. Could you fix it? And also, he's scared of enclosed spaces. So maybe could you put an emergency exit on the back of his box?
Oh, that's some pretty significant cosmetic surgery, but I suppose I can try.
That won't be covered by insurance.
No, unfortunately. Hold up
As it
there.
never is.
Did you just speak?
Is it okay that he spoke? Because if so, then yeah.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, well, wait a minute. You just spoke again.
Who, me?
Yes.
Puddles pipes up. If you fix him, he'll grant you 1 wish.
Oh, well, now you talked.
And now I talked.
Is there
We're
a
all
problem?
talking.
He
Oh, it's just
stares
not
at
normal.
him and just does the slow blink again.
My favorite move.
So good.
Well,
Will this be a make a friend roll?
Yes.
yeah, sure. Go ahead and make that roll.
Let's go, Jake.
I got a 5.
Hmm.
I'm gonna spend. I have 1 wish. I'm gonna spend my wish.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of see him giving you the eye.
Yeah, he's like,
And what would you like to change your result to?
I would like to change it to. They give me a gift, and that gift would be fixing me.
Well, butter my buns and call me a biscuit. I've not seen a talking toy in these parts for many a year.
Oh, so you have before?
Oh, yes, sir.
There's more like
Were they
you,
cool?
Jake.
It was like it was a talking bop it, so it kind of...
The boppet hasn't been invented yet.
He made the boppet.
This exists
Mine
out
is
of
It's like a
time
boppet, but it's made
and
out
space.
of wood.
My name is Hank Boppet. I'm in fact the inventor of the Boppet. Now that being said, I could certainly put a little door in the back.
My father's name was Hasbro.
Hal S. Bro.
Could I ask
That
for
being-
one more
yeah.
thing?
Do you want to bop it? I can sign it.
Well, maybe. I have a
I can
friend
sign it.
who wants a really cool doll. One that's got, like, cool hair that he could brush, and maybe that has flames, and maybe armor. Would a Boppet have all those things?
I can I can do that, but I'll need your help with something first.
I would love to help.
That seems fair.
And as he kind of sets down the Jake in the Box on the counter and kind of makes his way slowly hobbling towards the window and just kind of like pulls away the curtain and kind of points out and just says, "You see them out there?" He kind of points to a few kids playing stickball.
Yeah, I see
I
him.
love where this is going.
You know what they eat in the morning?
What?
What do you think?
Oatmeal.
Biscuits and gravy.
Well, sometimes gravy, but they eat meat. Do you know what they eat at lunchtime?
A sandwich.
More meat.
Oh.
Do you know what's for dinner?
Meat?
Vegetables.
More meat.
Oh.
And sometimes vegetables, because it's fiber. But
Gotta have good regular stools.
Yeah.
do you know what they have for dessert?
Meat?
They don't have no dessert.
Ice cream?
Oh.
You can't have meat in a dessert.
You could.
Like a meat
Oh,
pie.
Or you
Well-
freeze it and you lick it like a lollipop.
Mm.
That's rather
I
disturbing.
think I've had enough of frozen meat in my face. She rubs her nose.
Well, if you look at the boys, do you notice something that's missing?
Happiness.
They don't have hair.
Maybe we should take a gander roll.
Yeah, maybe having a description of them would help a little bit.
Caillou. No,
Yeah, they're all Caillou.
no, they have hair, but
Sad
they're not happy.
Caillou.
And you can,
I was
and
right.
you can see that like none of them are really smiling. Like any laughs that you heard in the classroom were all like mean laughs of derision, not joy. And you've not really seen any joyful expressions here in town at all.
Is that because of the meat?
It's partially because of the meat. But it's
Do they
more.
need to be vegetarians?
No, meat is good.
It's like it has nothing to do with the beat. He's just like doing like an old man ramble.
Yeah. I got back on target. It's fine.
No. Young growing children like yourselves need meat. They also need vegetables. But you know what they need most of all?
Dessert.
They need dessert. So, if you can find a delicious dessert to give to these townspeople, I'll make yourself the finest dolly. You can even help me make it.
You seem like a very nice old man. I would like to sense intention on you.
Of course. Sense the intention on Hank Boppet.
Hank S. Boppet. Let me see. What move will I like to do here? I'm going to... Oh, no, they're not trying to lie. Are they trying to manipulate me, or are they being genuine?
He's being genuine.
Okay, then I can't sense intention. We're good. It's only when they're trying to lie to me or manipulate me.
Oh, no. I mean, you can tell he wants you to do this because he's
Yeah, but that's
asking
not
you to do this.
manipulation.
Yeah,
He's being very straightforward about it. Well, you seem like a very nice old man, and we would love to get some dessert for these kids, and we'll get right on that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. It's very appreciated.
Have you tried any before for them?
It's been years since I've had a dessert.
Why don't you?
know-
Can't you get dessert for yourself?
I can make toys. I've made the best toys. I cannot bake. I have
Muffin's
tried.
eyes go
I
wide,
leave it.
and she says,
I
"I
leave
know
a
what we
trail of
gotta
soggy
do."
bottoms and split milk. I can't
just-
even make cream.
Do you have a
He
kitchen,
just like
mister?
keeps talking and talking and talking, and we just have to like back
Mister,
out of the door.
Mister,
Hang on, Muffin.
Do you have a
They
kitchen?
all end up being little crisps. He points you to a little kitchenette.
I know what we're gonna do, you guys.
Muffin?
We're gonna make muffins.
Muffins? Heck yes!
And then we just get a
Roll
little
credits.
like montage of like next episode of like stirring a bowl, picking some berries, the oven's on fire,
Too many cooks.
too many cooks.
I
And
love
that's
it.
the
I love that
exit
ending.
song.
Too many cooks.
Tune in next time on
Yes.
Minions and
That's beautiful.
Misfits.
Is muffin a dessert though? I thought
Yes!
Absolutely,
Muffins
they
are
can
cake,
be.
man.
Muffins are a
Dessert.
dessert. In every
Muffins
other
are
country but
breakfast.
America, muffins are a dessert. Same for pancakes.
I love pancakes.
Well, I love that ending actually.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I was gonna go with
Oh, that was
ice cream
lovely.
because Mayfield, but her name is Muffin, so